She is always a threat when she is on the floor.
Ariel Atkins, the only full-time starter back for Washington. Aisha Hines-Allen having a breakout season, jumps against NECA, and we are underway with her shot.
One of the things to keep an eye on when it comes to LA this season is how much energy and activity do they have to start the game.
About 30% from the floor, and gets Washington off to a good start. Wees to Parker over Tiana Hawkins.
Get out in transition anytime they can. They want to push the pace because they have struggled in the quarter court.
Contact. No.
You have to respect Ariel Atkins' ability to hit the jump shot, and when you
get to the free throw line, Gray with the miss. Hines-Allen with size also can bring the ball up. It's Ariel Atkins.
Not as bad as we've been playing for the last 5 either. They're just still trying to find themselves.
It's a team that is without several players, including Air. Pass it up for a shorter shot. Parker comes away with it. Simone.
Well, guys, Stella Johnson, who had just been waived from Chicago, has been able to join the Mystics. She warmed up tonight and is available there on the bench for them. But just imagine, one day you're playing in the WNBA bubble for one team, the next you're suiting up in a game for another. Very fascinating.
He's coming in off the bench again, draining shots from the perimeter.
Chelsea Gray. Candace working against Essence. Carson gets her own rebound. Simone spotting up. Nailing it.
Simone Augustus is
lead over Washington, a team that has really been struggling on the offensive end since they scored 101 points on opening day, and this should be a bunny.
And coming out of the timeout right here, Emma Miesemann thinks she's isolated. By the time she goes to spin, Raquana Williams is right there. Made it clear over the course of her career that she prefers that. Some players do and thrives there.
They had 5 points in their last loss. That was to Minnesota. Ghoulish with a nice feed.
Delivered by Augustus.
And another turnover for Washington. Taya Cooper, the rookie out of Baylor. And another three-pointer for Williams. It's tonight.
Time around that TV timeout that's coming in 37 seconds.
Cooper with the make. Carson with the step back over Gulich.
Intriguing. You've got Raquana Williams, who's just starting to feel herself coming in off the bench. How does she lift you along with Simone Augustus?
It's space. I mean, being able to
change your system, and no. As you see there, the difference in production from the starters and the bench.
Pass intended for Agumake. And now Petty with the running floater. Williams to Agumake. Quick pass over to Augustus, wide open.
Selfish pass, extra pass by Agumake.
Mitchell short on her shot. And now Williams shows that
the team really needs a score.
Williams, terrific bounce pass into Sykes. 13-point advantage. Hines-Allen backing down NECA. Would have gotten away with a walk there.
I thought it was a nice post move, but I tend to give the post the benefit of the doubt on the stutter.
And Cooper down. There we go.
And that's an area where shots from deep. Sard drive to the basket. There we go.
3-point shooting last year, but they had people like Deladon and Christy Tolliver. Whole different deal. That's a nice feed to Candace, who has a chance
for her and get her going to the basket. Ball delivered perfectly.
Mitchell. Great. Anigwe over Carson.
I love it. You see what the bench joining LaChina Robinson at the half with an interview.
Dangerfield, a second-round pick who was in the conversation for not. Here's NECA taking it right to Elena Coates. And not surprising that the Sparks bench is lighting things up. And
on their bench.
Emma Miesemann struggling, 1 of 6 from the floor. Ariel Atkins. Emma Miesemann, they really have done a good job on her defensively. Hawkins finally gets her first field goal of the night. Brittany Sykes from the outside.
And also can just really bring energy on the defensive end. Talk about bringing energy on the defensive end. Candace Parker. That's where if you're shot blocked, you're trying to get into that huddle. Good ball movement. That's the shot you want for Washington, but a great closeout. Candace Parker right there.
The points per game.
You know, as well as I think LA has played and how Washington.
NECA guarded by Miesemann. Oof. You like that move? Backdoor. NECA, good job getting over Miesemann.
Touches in the paint. Great backdoor cut. Extra dribble. The defense is completely shifted, and Emma Miesemann knows when that happens to cut down.
Parker, such a good passer.
I love that.
Hawkins had her shot blocked by Parker last time she was out there. Now Emma heating up a little bit.
Those women that started in that WNBA championship season, only Ariel Atkins is playing right now for this season, and how difficult that was to hear that people still are not taking her Lyme disease seriously. Very interesting podcast if you want to listen to it.
Emma guarded by Parker and puts it up and in.
But again, a little bit more space this time.
Short with her left hand.
It's a 10-point game.
Washington very much in it. Atkins makes it an 8-point game.
Quarters where they can get an extra rest for their starters.
Chelsea Gray.
Just feel the home crowd getting into it, Pam. And then Chelsea Gray, big shot to get the lead back to double digits for LA.
On the bench with 4 fouls for Washington. Simone gets her own miss. She's not going to miss twice in a row. One of the smoothest mid-range jumpers we've ever seen in this league. And a break for, hey, it might be out for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Leading the team in scoring. That's a huge miss. She can create her own shot. She really is another nice offensive weapon for Washington. And now
a couple of days in between games and what has been a grueling stretch. NECA gets the assist.
They've talked about managing expectations, not getting too high, not getting too low. Did you notice that shot with Coach Tebow and Eric?
Well, I actually just caught her in the hallway coming into this.
Look at her right there, bodying up to Hines Allen, bodying up to Hines Allen. Remember his team, she's a pest and gets hit with the technical there.
Technical foul actually called on Hines Allen and Anigwe, so a double tech.
No, it wasn't pithy, but I did check with Asia Jones if she could come back and play if Washington loses any more players, and she said if they get down to 4 players, she will make a comeback in the W.
Sykes picked off the pass. Anigwe finishes on the other end.
Mother is probably the most important of that. But, you know, we're thankful that she's our teammate.
Yes.
And we get the opportunity to be in her presence. And, you know, we thank you.
So nice to see them give her such appreciation. She's been working those TNT shows with that crew while she's playing here in the WNBA.
Do it all. And speaking of Hall of Famers, Candace Parker certainly is a cinch. Christina Anigwe
gets all the love and respect as well.
That's Holly. Equal time, yes. Shalisa Fonza, and we already talked about how Stella Johnson is now in the game for Washington. There you see her defending Taya Cooper, who scores.
Spinning. Just go to the corner and get ready to shoot, Stella.
She's open, but Mitchell took it to Hoop herself.
Close.
With New York.
Yeah, with New York. Really well together. And this was with Aneko Gumake, who hasn't been as productive as we know she is going to be this season. Watch out. LA is really, really coming alive.
Washington falls to 3-6 on the year. The Sparks reverse that at 6-3. 4 Sparks in double figures.